Hi everyone! Want to see how you can build your stash, make your own supplies, create collage fodder, or make no-cost ephemera? Then come right back. I've noticed lately several videos about making magazine flowers. And I thought, oh, that's something I've done in the past. I just never made a video about it. So I thought, well, why not? Let's let's show the people what I do also. So this is a great way to recycle, repurpose old magazines, old flyers, catalogs, junk mail. And it's also a great way to make your own supplies, create your own ephemera, build your stash basically for very little. And I have loved uh, cutting up magazines and catalogs and old books forever, like ever since I was little. And I also enjoy doodling. So this is really a combination of several of those things. And when I was younger, not being able to afford a lot of colorful, pretty papers, I would resort to repurposing catalogs and magazines and junk mail. So fast forward to today, and I still love to doodle on magazine pages. So I thought I would share with you what some of the designs I make. So here's a sample of what I've made recently, and I've made others since filming this. But yeah, because I always get new ideas. So today's video, I'm going to share a few ideas with you. One of the ideas I had is to use a template to make a very, very simple flower, especially for someone who might say, I'm not a doodler. I don't know how to draw. I thought I would come up with something that would be pretty easy for most people to do. And that's coming right up. This is a very simple project. The only supplies I'm using are magazine pages and a black permanent ink marker. You can use any type of mark making tool, any pen, pencil you'd like. For the video, I'm using this black permanent marker because it's easier to see for you. This is what I call my lid flowers. I take a lid from a can of Pringles chips, or you could use any type of plastic lid. I just happen to have that one. And then I draw circles on the magazine pages over interesting to me colorful areas. Next, I try to draw a circle in the center as best as possible and draw lines up towards the outer edge. When I get to the top, I try to curve it a little bit and then come back down. That's it. So that is my lid, my lid flower tutorial in a nutshell. Um, I hope that others find this easy too, and hopefully this takes that intimidation factor away from anyone that thinks that they can't draw. Because, or doodle. These are basically doodled flowers. They don't have to look perfect. If we want to make them look perfect, then we can just use a die cut. And that's not what the intention is here. The intention here is to have fun and to do some recycling at the same time. So the other thing I need to complete these flowers are a pair of scissors to cut them out, basically. So I draw the outline of the flower with the regular size marker or Sharpie. And now I'm just gonna fast forward this part, and you're gonna see a slight variation on the lid flower whereby the petals are more square at the top than rounded. Really. I'm sure that once you try this, the ideas will just come flowing and you'll come up with your own designs. And that's a lot of fun too. So I draw with the regular size marker, the outlines, and then I'll go in afterwards with a finer tip marker to add some details. And they're just scribbles. This is doodling. This is not art making. This is really just having fun and making something that's kind of looks like flowers or representational of flowers. So to add some details to the petals, I just doodle some like zigzags at the top of the petals there. Really, really easy, I think. Pretty simple to do. I think anybody can do that. You can do anything, really. Just doodle away. This is just one style that I'm showing you right now. I hope you'll give this a try and um, come up with your own designs and your own ideas for things that you could draw on magazine pages and create your own ephemera, create your own projects, build your stash. And you'd be surprised at how some of these magazine pages that I don't have a use for otherwise, this page does not appeal to me for cutting out images for collage. It doesn't appeal to me to make paper beads or anything like that. But once I start doodling on it, it completely transforms. And once these will are cut out, it's very hard to recognize what the background is. It's hard to tell afterwards that this was a plate of food, really. So, give it a try, you'll see. After I'm done with the doodling part, I do normally let the ink dry fully before I proceed to cutting. Um, I'm sure this is not something new to you, but the idea of when you're cutting images, doing any kind of fussy cutting, is move the paper, uh, not the scissors, so it'll be less tiring for your cutting hand. And here's another little tip I have for you. You can use the same lid that you used as a template to be the little catch for those little snippets of paper. So it could, you know, hold your little bits that you will put into the recycling bin afterwards or trash can, depending on where you are. Yeah, you could see my holding hand was cramping up, though. My cutting hand was fine, but not my holding hand. And during this cutting out process, often I will take great liberties at modifying how my paper flower is going to look by, either cutting away the line, through the line, by the line, or or I make adjustments with the scissors as I go along, depending on what I feel like. Now, personally, I don't do all the steps in one go normally. Sometimes I will just doodle on the pages, and on another day I'll do all the cutting, or vice versa. There's really no rules to this, you know. So yeah, no, I'm just cutting away and going to show you what they all look like once they're done. And another tip I have to share with you is that once the flowers are cut out, it's fine to go back with your pen, your marker, or other coloring mediums and make modifications or add more details. The sky's the limit here, really. You might want to go in with different colored markers too. So here is essentially a repeat of how to draw the flower using the lid. So I'm showing you all the different flowers I created with the lid. Now I'm showing you on a white piece of paper in case it was difficult to see on the very colorful magazine pages. So here's another way of doing this is just trace the circle around around the lid, and then just draw lines across like the spokes of a wheel, and just join the lines either in a curve or in a straight line to make the petals. You can cut off a little bit between the petals or cut more down to have more space between the petals. That's what I'm showing you there. Seeing that I'm just trying to show some variations of what you can do. And again, I'm showing you I'm adding detail with the finer tip marker. I'm adding some scribbled zigzags and adding some more lines in the center just to give the flower more dimension, more detail. Another lid flower that I make, I just use a smaller lid. This lid is from a bottle of vitamins. So you can see that I don't just eat junk food, I do have healthy habits too. So that's it. Pretty much anything round will make a great template to help you make circles on your magazine pages, and then you can make flowers or just circles. That works too. Oh, those are my little vitamin lid flowers that I made. And oh yes, I drew a circle on the white paper just to give you another idea of ways to make these magazine flowers. I'm showing you only on the white paper because it's just easier to show it that way. I'm showing you that just by folding a paper circle, folding it in half and folding it in half again, and then again and again, and cutting into it, just like we used to make paper snowflakes, you can get a funky little flower too. Now, I noticed this printer paper that I'm using is a little thick, so it's a little bit harder to fold and cut into that tiny little shape there. Uh, so depending on the thickness of the magazine or catalog pages that you use, that's another thing to consider. And there you go, there's my little funky flower. And just in case you needed a reminder that you can also fold paper and cut it without drawing. And there we go. There's another one that I made. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, Click on the notification bell so YouTube notifies you when I post new content, and have fun making your own flowers. I have another video that I share a few more designs of making magazine flowers. So I hope you will watch that video too. Thanks again for stopping by, and stay crafty.